Hey there, and thank you for joining me for this another Flutter development video. And in this video, I actually just want to talk about my very first Flutter app that I built back in 2018. Um, so back in 2018, it was kind of the year of Flutter for me, but also Rust. And Rust is a game that I was playing at the time. So what is Rust? Rust is basically a survival game where you have to build shelter, gather food, weapons to, well, stay alive and collect as much stuff as you can. And in this world, there is something called scrap. And scrap basically became the currency in this game. And you could get it from collecting, uh, farming areas, but also killing other players. So it has a lot of value and it's hard to get if you're not very good in PvP. And luckily for me, for people that are not very good at shooting other players, uh, in the same year there was a bandit camp update, which means that there was a new area in the game called the bandit camp, and it was a safe area where players would be fairly safe to roam. The area has some stores, but what it also had was a sort of kind of casino kind of area where you could gamble your scrap to earn more scrap or lose it. But uh, yeah, either way, there was a way to do this. Now it's pretty tough to gather all your scrap and to lose it. So I came up with an idea. And because I was learning Flutter at the time, I thought it was a good idea or a fun idea to create this little mini game that simulates the mini game in Rust. So the scrap mini game. Because yeah, why would I waste all my hardly earned scrap in the game just to come up with some strategies if I could create a sort of simulation to practice with it. And yeah, by that the Scrap Bandit app was born, and it allowed me to uh, yeah, try some strategies to earn scrap in the bandit camp. When when the game was finished, I tried to publish it on for iOS and for Android. Unfortunately, Apple rejected the app because it resembles gambling too much. So yeah, I only could release it on Android at the time. And yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I talked with a colleague about it, and the game came up, and I checked my Firebase, and it turned out people were actually still playing and downloading it. So, to my surprise, my app that I hardly ever touch or take a look at did fairly well. So, it was not the first time that I thought this app might need an update, because I have done it over the past couple of years a few times. So as you can see, in December, I launched the app for the first time. Then in January 2021, I became a full-time Flutter developer. And at that job, I learned about clean architecture, what we were using in our apps. And I thought it would be a good practice to apply it to this game as well, just to uh, learn more about it. So that's what I did. In February 2021, I updated the game, gave it a lot more structure because, to be honest, the code at launch was not that good because it was almost all one file. So yeah, it should be improved. And it was already more like 2 years later, so I became a little bit better. Then in November 2022, I had to do an update because the ads were no longer available until I updated. So Google had forced me to update it, or else I would not be able to get ad revenue anymore. So I did that, but no major changes. And when I looked at it last month, I saw again that Google was putting some restrictions on my app because I did not update to the latest SDKs. So it turned out that people with the latest Android versions were not able to install the app. So that's actually what I did last week. I've updated my app so that it's store compliant again, and that now everybody should be able to download it, but still just for Android. So what did I do in this update? I obviously updated the Flutter version, which under the hood kind of updated the Android SDKs as well. I updated the dependencies. Uh, Most of them went fluently. Like I could update all major versions, and I hardly ever had to update anything except for one package, which was the app reviews. It looked like it was renamed to in-app reviews. So I had to change that dependency, but all in all, it was pretty much the same. So I could easily change that uh, and get that working as well. For the Android project, most of the time, if I do such big upgrades, because I don't do a lot of native stuff in the projects, I mostly just delete the old project and regenerate the Android project from scratch. Also, because Flutter already made some changes in how the configuration is set up, so I thought I could save myself a lot of hassle by just letting Flutter regenerate it, put the app icons back in. I was using Flutter Launcher icons. I think it's called Flutter Launcher icons. I used that package that generate the icons for me. So yeah, it was pretty easy to set it all up again. I also added a few more linter settings and applied all those fixes. And I also added FVM and Malice to the project. So FVM is for the versioning between that allows you to switch between the Flutter versions that I use for my apps. And I also added Malice because yeah, I'm used to adding it. Even though this project doesn't really require like the multi-repository kind of thing, I just like it also for the ability to add scripts for generating, do code generation and that kind of things. So yeah, that's something that I just really like to do. And that was all I had to do. I uploaded it to Google Play, and it was approved, and now it's updated. So pretty happy with that. So what's next for this project? Um, I, the fact that it was being used by, for me, so many users, I felt like, yeah, this is something I should give a little bit more love. So what I plan to do is refactor the code again, but now to the current standard because yeah, it's almost 4 years, maybe more than 4 years old code. I've learned a lot back then since I became a full-time Flutter developer. So I thought it would be a good practice to upgrade it. I've also take a look at the App Store again So I will try to get this app available on iOS as well. Um, it seems like the rules have changed a little bit, and if you're clear enough that it's not real world money gambling, then it could potentially be that I can launch this app in the App Store. So that's what I want to try to do. I also would like to add a leaderboard, because in October uh, did um, when I did my Minesweeper challenge, where I built in October a Minesweeper game from scratch to launch. I learned about the Google Play game services and the game services from Apple. And it was so easy to add achievements and a leaderboard that I want to add it in this game as well. I think it will add some competition for the players. I think it will make the game even more fun. Another thing that I want to do is experiment with ad placement. I'm not really a big fan of adding ads to a game. So what I did, it was limited to a rewarded video ad. So whenever a player loses a bet, they get a chance to get some of that loss back by watching a video ad. Um, I want to experiment with different types of ads, or maybe giving it a different incentive. Like now you can watch ads when you lose, and maybe change it up a little bit. So what if I allow you to double your winnings when you win? So those are things that I want to take a look at. And I have some ideas for quality of life features. Um, Currently, you have to manually type in every kind of bets. Um, I realize that I'm often trying or placing the same bets for a certain strategy. So I thought maybe it's good to add some features that make that easier, so that you have like presets or something. So those are things I also want to take a look at. Um, yeah, and hopefully that also increases the amount of users, especially if I can release it on the App Store, of course. That would be nice, maybe doubling like the amount of players. And yeah, maybe also increasing the ad revenue by improving the ad placement and stuff. So that's something that I would like to learn more about. So this seems like a very good case. Um, so yeah, that's it for this video. Maybe I'm if I'm doing the updates and make a video about that. So if you're interested in that, please leave a like. If you have questions about the project, you can leave a comment. Um, and if you want to get notified for the next videos, then please subscribe, and I might see you next time. So thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.